Coach, you said last week that this game was a winnable game for Nebraska. I agree with you. The mistakes and the penalties that those drives allow them to stay in the game. How about you guys at times well enough to win the game?
Yeah, in 3 of our games, we played well enough to win the game, to win a game. We honestly look, in my opinion, we look like one of the most undisciplined teams in the country, and it kills me because it isn't like we're not giving them the messages. It isn't like we're not trying to hold them accountable. That being said, we got a bunch of guys. I told them after the game, we got a bunch of guys that are warriors and a bunch of guys that didn't stop fighting. When I see guys like Ben Stilley turning and getting out of pass rush and running down one of their receivers 30 yards downfield, I'll go to battle with guys like that anytime. It's up to us as coaches, but it's also up to that team to stop allowing the other stuff to happen. We can't get holding calls on interceptions and then talk trash to their sideline and start dancing on the field. I didn't know what was going on when we're down 13 points and we got backups and reserves dancing on our sideline before kickoffs. They look like they love losing, and they look undisciplined. We got another penalty on special teams that instead of starting at the 30 or something, we start at our own 8. We get penalties on 3rd and 20. We get penalties when our drives are going and we kill them. I'm tired of looking at it that there's really no difference from a coach's perspective between I can't do it and I won't do it. And the people that won't make good decisions, the people that are hitting people 3 yards out of bounds, if that keeps up, I'm just going to ride with the guys that do it the right way. Because we got a lot of warriors on this team that battled today and in a lot of ways played well enough to win. But I'm tired of coaching an undisciplined team. If we'll take a look at the tape and we'll let you know. I don't want to be the only one that won't put up with it. The team has to not put up with it. And we'll see where we are from an injury standpoint. We don't have a lot of depth at certain positions, and we need young guys to step up and some guys to come along. In a lot of cases, if there was someone else to play, we'd already had them on the field in some kind of role. But I'm not putting up. You talk to them after week 1, week 2, week 3, the mistakes we're making. We played well enough to win game 1, game 2, and game 4. But not when you make those mistakes. You're not going to win.
Do you have a sense of why it's happened, or does it matter why?
Yeah, I got a sense of why, but I don't really want to say why. Because this is my team. This isn't somebody else's team. But in order to have a disciplined team, you got to have guys that really care, and you got to have guys that are accountable, and you have to have a environment where they're held accountable to all the little things they do on and off the field. We're doing that. I don't know if it's taken root with everybody. I don't know how many habits people have. We're trying to break a lot of habits. We're trying to teach them how we want things done. Because I know when things are done that way, you win games and you win championships. And as hard as this team has played, a lot of guys on this team have played and played well enough to win. We're not going to win as long as those things are happening.
Did you encounter habits that you didn't anticipate, that you didn't know even in August?
I'm still encountering habits that I didn't know or expect. Listen, you can go back to all these games. We can't run down on a punt and run into the punt returner. We can't block somebody in the back on a punt return. We can't hit somebody out of bounds. We can't get 15-yard penalties on 3rd and 24. I mean, every time we think we've addressed what we need to address, we find another way to shoot ourselves in the foot. But it all comes down to caring enough to do it right. Not just on the field. It comes down to caring enough to do it right on Monday, on Tuesday, when you're supposed to be in study hall, when you're supposed to be at class. The way you treat the people that serve you food in the lunch line. People that do all those things the right way are winners, and they win. And we got a bunch of them on this team. We got a bunch of them. But we're doing enough little things wrong that we can't overcome it right now. We're not good enough to overcome those things right now.
Scott, you said after Michigan that we thought the team was at rock bottom? Did you guys make any move up given the offensive stats you guys were able to put up today? Was there any progress that you were able to see?
Listen, nobody in this state, I appreciate the fans here so much because I walk out of that tunnel at 0-3 and little kids still want to slap our hands and people are saying you'll get them going, coach. And we will. It's going to happen. And I'm so proud of the guys for the way they fight. We got a bunch of guys. Divine Azigbo, the way he played today. Adrian Martinez, to continue being willing to take shots, run the ball, zip it downfield. JD had to come out. We had to put him back in. He didn't want to stay out. He's going back. Stanley wants to win as bad as anybody I've been around. Luke Gifford, it hurts him. I'll go to battle with Luke anytime. And that's not all of them. I'm not touching on all of them. I'm proud of those guys. At times the offense looked like I want it to look. We were shredding them at times. This is the second time we've lost, I think, with almost 600 yards of offense. That's not supposed to happen. But it happens when you make all the mistakes. It happens when you beat yourself. It doesn't matter how many yards you have if you beat yourself.
What did you like about what Adrian did today, especially in that third quarter run? And then what can he grow from? Where can he get that?
I think Adrian grew up a bunch today. I saw a guy today that looks like he kind of figured out that he can win a game. Some of the throws he made, some of the decisions he made to take it down and run it. Now, he still made a few freshman mistakes. In a couple cases, we got to put him in a little better situation. But we knew those were going to happen. I was watching the Clemson game today, and they're probably the only other team in the country that I know of that has nothing but freshman quarterbacks on their roster. Heck, when we started the season, our starting quarterback's a true freshman. He didn't even play as a senior in high school. So inevitably, there's going to be some growing pains. But that's my guy, and we're going to ride with him. And this is my team, and I'm going to ride with him. But I'm tired of putting up with undisciplined people. We missed one block. Listen, we're going to have to adjust and continue to adjust as coaches. And I don't want to make any excuses. We got to be better. As we're trying to get our offensive system in, we're not executing the basic stuff well enough yet, so we need to rep that so that it all works. And some of the situational stuff comes along a little later. 4th and 1, a lot of times we just try to go fast and get the yard. And if we can't do that, then if we're not good enough to do that consistently, then as coaches we need to figure out another way to get it done.
Scott, did you find something more defined today, or did you know that you had that much in
No, it's pretty simple. Mo missed practice all week because he was sick, so we weren't going to play anybody that didn't practice, and Divine practiced better than anybody else. So when he got hot, he was a warrior today, and I'll go to battle with him.
What do you think of your one defense? Do you think you made it in strides? You don't believe
You know, I got to watch the tape on that because a lot of times when the defense is on the field, I'm getting our next series ready on offense. They're good on offense. I think Coach Braum does a good job. You don't win a lot of games when you give up 42. But a lot of the 42 is because we made stupid mistakes. Cover someone man on a tunnel screen and don't cover the tight end and just let him run free. A lot of the mistakes on defense, it isn't effort again. It's dumb decisions, being undisciplined. And it's not dumb kids. They just need to do it right all the time. I love this team. Like I said, there's a lot of warriors on this team. We got to get better on offense, on defense, on special teams, and we're going to get better. With that kind of effort, we're going to get better once the team stops allowing those mistakes to happen.
How long before that is ingrained in the team?
I have no idea. I'll let you know. Every team's different. Trying to get this team where I know it needs to be to win games and championships is a different process than other teams that I've been on. But we're going to keep fighting. And I appreciate the people in Nebraska so much because I said this last week. I know where this is going. Nobody hates this more than I do, and we're going to keep swinging. Well, it's little things here and there, and when you when you start executing things well enough to make them work, good things happen to you. We've had bad breaks, but when you're a good team, you make your own breaks. You make your own luck. And it was 7-7, and their receiver threw a ball up in the air, and we were an eyelash from picking it and scoring, and we would have been up 14-7. You got to take advantage of those things. They threw enough phase with corners out there that we go get one of those, it changes the game. When we sack somebody, instead of just sacking, we need to strip them. It changes the game. We got to keep working, but you don't win games when you're negative in turnover margin.
Come time we got something going in the first drive, and it looked like things were going to kind of pick up for you. Is that something that you can build off of right there?
Yeah, we're going to build off everything that's good and go forward. And when life knocks you down, I've been through this at Nebraska before. I've been through a hard time in Nebraska before. And I told the team this week that the thing I'm most proud of about my career at Nebraska is when I was down, I fought back. And life's going to throw a lot of hard things at you. Football is not the hardest thing life's going to throw at you. Being 0-4 isn't the hardest thing life's going to throw at you. But if you can look yourself in the mirror after that and know you got two choices when you're down, stay down or keep fighting. And I've been through this before. I got a bunch of guys on this team that I keep fighting too.
Coach, you watched the team in Central Florida turn it around.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Central Florida.
I'm just saying, will you recognize it immediately when you see it?
I won't have to. You will.